so you can see what's on my desk. Can't do rigged because I have to prove myself. So like you can see like it's lagging as fuck. Like, oh, I just really want to play this game, but I won't be able to because let me just see task manager. You know, I gave this computer to my boss for literally over a year. And he's like, oh, I'm going to do all this stuff to it. I'm going to do all this stuff to it. I'm like, oh, do you have my computer? Oh, do you have my computer? Oh, do you have my computer? Oh, what's going on with my computer? Do you know my computer? My computer. Do you remember? Do you remember that? I don't know. I wasted so much time on this thing. And now it's like, fast forward, it's shit. Like, it's like all this shit is fucking running. Like, pretty sure I'm not supposed to. Here's another thing, like I started closing shit and then all of a sudden everything starts fucking acting up big time. So I don't want to play that game. But to be quite honest with you, Microsoft Edge, like all this shit. Like, do we need all that shit? Media player. So like I try to end these, can't. Okay, whatever. Okay. So we're gonna exit game. Like, oh, we're having a problem. We're having a problem. Okay, here we go. I find it crazy that they're selling this game for $74.99. Like that is fucking crazy. They're like, yeah, we're selling this fucking old school game, full, double full price. Like, who the fuck's gonna buy that? Like, oh, someone will buy it. Somebody will. Before we start, okay, and then I'm gonna get this guy going. I know you guys are like, oh my gosh. god, I can't believe she gets in this thing. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That's so cool. Relate to yourself. And then you know what happens? I get all these messages. Oh, you're crying in your videos. Did you know you're crying in your video? Did you know? Like, girl, I wasn't crying. My face was leaking. It's like, girl, your face is leaking because you're crying. Your life is too shit, bitch. Like, oh, thanks, slut. Fuck you, bitch. Like, I'm not scared to tell people off. Like, shit. Damn. I know you guys are like, oh, you're never on your PSP, and it's like, girl, I have a huge, big ass screen. The fuck. Like, I'll tell you something. Never in my whole life have I ever had a big screen TV, except for when I moved out of my fucking mother's house. Like. Okay, random. 1v1. Let's do it. Turning up the volume. What's really funny about life? I'm gonna say something really fucked up.
Ah! You scared me!
I feel like my exes
SCV ready.
super bothered
Sure thing.
about me being with somebody else. even after years after. That ain't normal.
Go ahead.
That's straight up.
SCV ready. Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that area.
Additional supply depots required.
This is really late, guys, so if I lose, just know that.
In the rear with the gear. We hear you. It's your dime. Big job, huh? Bad news. SCV ready.
Kill this guy. He's good.
Roger.
Okay.
What's going on? I'm going.
Okay, you.
Yeah.
I'm like clicking other
SCV
units and
ready.
it's not going through.
Yeah. Big job, huh? You're the boss. SCV ready. Well, butter my biscuit, huh? Yeah, whatever.
That was a bad
What's
place
going
to
on?
put that. Oh, that was a bad place. Okay, let's just,
Ah! You scared me!
let's do build.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Bad news.
lost. Alright, good game, guys. That was great. Okay, so like, I want to play this game. Like, I want that experience for you right now, but I'm noticing that that isn't gonna happen today. So we're gonna do something different. We're gonna do something different on today's show. So instructables. So like this looks like a video, it ain't a video. But essentially that's what's going on over here. So it heats up, I'm guessing the coffee, the water's in here. I don't know where the coffee is. There has to be maybe two chambers in here, one for water and one for coffee, right? And then it probably goes up. The steam comes up through here. The steam comes out. This spins, which is like here. This spins, and then I feel like when the water rises enough, it comes up and over and through a tube into the coffee thing there, which is interesting that they built it this way because you can see that they obviously just used household materials that you would just find around the house. Boom. So this is a great website. I use this one often. When I say often, like maybe once in like 5 years. Well, like you have to remember too, like I don't have like a garage, I don't have like a house, so like I've been kind of like focusing on manifesting those things, so I haven't really been manifesting like little fucking dinky ass shit like this.
Before you know it, you've made strides with me. And I know all I need all along is a path and a pal and a song, so I'm singing and I'm palleting with you. See, it makes the time go by faster. Why? This is nice. Tell me what was my crime. We are strolling.
Okay, we're gonna do. There was one where you got to like shuffle, but I don't think it's called shuffle. It's called. Okay, and then let's do. That's great. We're gonna search. fuck, eh? There's skeletons. Oh. Girl, you need to move in silence. Cause you too much for this world. There was this website that I had. I don't know if I have it in here. WordPress. Blackboard. Oh my god, I remember when I had to use Blackboard every fucking day. Get up. Oh my God. Okay, so like way back when I was a child, okay, so like the big fucking show was Xena. Okay, Xena was the shit growing up. Like, there was Power Rangers, but like a team of one, Xena, outdid them all. Xena. Mystical items like her whip and her fucking sword and her like thing that she would throw, and she would call out into the night and everyone feared her. Okay, I'm a little bit cold, so I'm just gonna get the little heater. This guy's dangerous. What if he cuts himself on his shift? That would be embarrassing. He's very professional. I like this guy. He's good. Sorry, I have to share this. Like, you know what? When you're really good at your job, everybody wants to share it. When you're that like passionate about what it is you do, everybody wants to get involved. Oh my god, we're gonna fast forward that one. It's like, this is where I live? Holy shit. Every day's a party. It's like, what stairs will it take, left or right? Oh no. I would get this. Oh, that's so cool. Can I tell you something? I would make a mistake and it would be all in that thing and it would make a huge mess and everyone would be like, what the fuck? Okay, so there's a website and it's like in the back of my mind and I'm doing this fucking mind dance with this fucking website and all I want is just to access this website, but I can't because you want to know what? One day I'll just be like, and I'll just say the website out and then I'll be like, no use to me right now. I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. Fuck. But whatever, that's life. So, website. There it is. Wow. Sign in with Google. Sign on with Google. Sign on with Google. Signed on with Google. To solve an issue quickly, to be solved in the person, hard on the problem. Pause and speaking, I gotta go. You know, sometimes when I look too much into people's eyes, I feel like I'm magnetically pulling them into my life too much. So I try not to like make too much eye contact. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And it's like, sorry, like, it's too much sometimes. It's like way too much. Whoa, this was cool. Stop saying very. Very angry, furious, very cold, freezing, very hot, scorching, very scared, terrified, very fat, obese, very old, ancient. I love this word because I feel like it always talks about like ancient technology. Very young, youthful, very strong, powerful, parched, serene, anxious, grotesque, jubilant, heartbroken. Oh, that's sad. What a great thing this is. Let's save this one. How do we bookmark it? Do 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 do. Bookmark. Bookmark this tab. Okay. You know, I just was thinking that. Here, let's do. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna go here. Now we're gonna go bookmark this. Okay, no, we're doing it again. Okay, let's go back. Boom, boom. There you go. Alright, now we're gonna go boom. We're gonna go like this. Bookmark. Bookmark this page. Stumble upon. Done. I don't know where they put it. It's supposed to be like right up in here, but okay, whatever, it's fine. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, first things first. Care Bears countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The smoke bear. Huh? Oh, so cute. Oh my god, this is stressing me out. They're like, oh, I could do this obstacle course. Oh my god. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't have the opportunity. Like, girl, I don't put on no makeup. I'm a nat one of those what they call natural fucking freaks. I don't need no fucking sugar dust, bitch. Oh, fuck. everything's there. I'm like, what the fuck?
cost. Bringing both humans and supplies the 234,000 miles to the lunar surface costs an enormous amount of money, and it's difficult to justify the cost of So how much would it cost? Well, that's a complicated question. For the sake of simplicity, let's say we're doing a 1-year return mission with 4 astronauts using NASA technology. The first thing we'll calculate is the cost of getting there, and we'll need a rocket. The Saturn V is the only rocket to have ever existed that is powerful enough to take humans beyond low Earth orbit. The problem is, all 15 of them are long retired. The Saturn V had a lunar payload capacity of 90,000 pounds and a per launch cost of $189,1971, or $1,123,2016, which works out to $12,500 per pound transported to the moon. That may seem like a lot, but that would mean that the average American, weighing 159 pounds, could travel to the moon on technology that existed when computers looked like this for a mere $2 million. I know you know that that's not right. There are 2 problems in that calculation. First off, that doesn't include research and development costs. A staggering $6.4 billion was spent to develop the Saturn V, which is $38 billion in 2016 dollars. So, considering that the Saturn V was launched 13 times, that works out to just over $4 billion per launch, or $44,000 per pound. But to colonize the moon, you don't just need to get things to the moon, you need to get them on the moon. The budget allocated to develop and build 12 lunar landers back in the Apollo days was $18 billion 2016 dollars, or $1.5 billion per lander. Once again, the lunar landers are no longer in service, so we're including the R&D costs in our calculations. We need 2 landers to bring our 4 astronauts to the moon, and these have to be able to return, so they need to land with both launch systems and fuel. So that's $1.5 billion per lander, plus $4 billion per Saturn V launch, so $11 billion total to carry our astronauts to the moon and back. During the Apollo days, NASA also developed a module called the LM truck, which was designed to deliver payloads to the surface of the moon without a crew. Not only could these land with 11,000 pounds of cargo, but a Saturn V rocket could launch with 2 of them. Using the truck, we can bring our per pound cost of bringing cargo to the lunar surface down to a reasonable $318,000. Believe it or not, that's a bargain. So, once our 4 astronauts get to the moon, they need somewhere to live. The Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington, D.C. did a super detailed study on how much the development and construction of a lunar base would cost. For our 4-person base, it would cost $20 billion to develop, plus one of our $4 billion launches, equaling $24 billion. That's a little steep. For a budget option, we could go with something like Bigelow Aerospace's B-330 spacecraft. These are essentially inflatable buildings that work in space, and with a bit of modification, they could conceivably be altered to work on the surface of the moon. Bigelow Aerospace is a commercial company. They've said that the B-330 would rent out for $1.25 million per day, or $465 million for our 1-year mission. Considering that's the first time I've said million when talking about a current day cost, that's practically nothing. Until you consider the problem of getting the B-330 to the moon. It weighs 43,000 pounds, so it'd take 4 LM truck landings and 2 Saturn V launches for a total of $14 billion. Well, that's a little better than $24 billion. Let's move on to food. For food, the best but not simplest solution is to just grow it. One lunar greenhouse developed by the University of Arizona could produce about 5.5 pounds of food per day. In order to have variety, NASA would probably choose a few different crops that would do well on the moon. For our calculations, we'll say that the greenhouse would be filled with 76% sweet potato, 16% tomato, and 10% strawberry. That'll come out to 4.3 pounds of sweet potato, 0.8 pounds of tomato, and 0.4 pounds of strawberries per day. Sweet potatoes have 389 calories per pound, or 1,675 calories per day per greenhouse. The tomatoes and strawberries will make 65 and 60 calories per day per greenhouse respectively, so that's 1,800 calories per day per greenhouse total. Each of our 4 astronauts would need about 3,000 calories per day, equaling 12,000 total per day, so we'll need 6.67 greenhouses total, and since you can't really bring 2/3 of greenhouse, we'll bring 7 and have surplus food, which is great for backup. Each lunar greenhouse will require 0.2 pounds of fertilizer per day, which adds up to 1.4 pounds of fertilizer per day for our 7 greenhouses and 510 pounds for the year. So, for the greenhouses growing scheme, we'll need to physically bring the greenhouses, which each weigh a full metric ton, or 2,200 pounds, which, for the 7 of them, is 15,400 pounds, or $4.9 billion, plus another $162 million for fertilizer. The International Space Station is a really good example of how water resources could be managed on the moon. Every bit used on the ISS is recycled. That includes water from condensation, showers, sweat, and yes, urine. It of course gets filtered heavily, but the water in astronauts' food is the same that came from, other stuff. NASA says that, without water recycling, 40,000 pounds of water would be needed to sustain 4 astronauts on the moon. That would cost $12.7 billion to transport. With water recycling, we can bring that down to 5,110 pounds of water for the year. Except we have our greenhouse. Quite a bit of water is needed to grow the plants. 6,920 pounds worth to be specific. So that's 12,030 pounds of water for the year, which would cost $3.825 billion to bring. So, next we need air, as in oxygen to breathe. A human at moderate activity levels needs 1.85 pounds of oxygen per day. So that means we need 7.4 pounds of oxygen per day for our 4 astronauts, 2,701 pounds for the year, which would cost $860 million. But wait, because of our greenhouses and the amazing process of photosynthesis, we don't. One lunar greenhouse produces 0.75 pounds of oxygen per day. So our 7 create 5.25 pounds of oxygen each day. So we only need to bring 2.15 pounds of oxygen per day, or 785 pounds for the year, which will cost a mere $250 million. You may ask why we don't use an oxygen scrubber, and the simple answer is that it would cost quite a bit more to develop, build, and deliver a scrubber capable of creating enough clean air for a crew of 4. It's just cheaper and less risky to bring all the necessary oxygen there. In terms of power, it's been proposed that the best way to bring electricity to the moon is to literally bring a nuclear reactor. It'd be a little one, but it would carry out fission reactions on the surface of the moon. NASA has only proposed, not developed, this system, but they said it could be developed, flight tested, and delivered to the moon for only $1.4 billion. Now, we have everything we need. So, to answer the question you came here for, how much would it cost to live a year on the moon? I'll just say before giving my answer that these were all estimates and far from perfect. For example, it's likely that if NASA ever actually colonized the moon, it would be decades in the future when commercial space companies are far more developed and the cost of transport would be much less. Spaceflight Industries already sells cargo space to lunar orbit for a mere $10 million per 220 pounds. With prices that low, it may not be long until living on the moon and other celestial bodies becomes commercially advantageous through mining and tourism. The very day this video goes up, Elon Musk is anticipated to announce SpaceX's plans to get to Mars, including a massive rocket that will be able to carry as many as 220,000 pounds to Mars for less than any previous rocket, which could make Martian colonization economically feasible. So, after adding everything up, my conservative estimate for 1 year with 4 astronauts on the moon comes out to $36 billion. That's $98 million per day.